Welcome to the live premiere of Guy Hircefeld, a guy with a camera. I am Diana Sanchez, filmmaker and communications coordinator at Dorado Films. On behalf of my team, I am pleased to introduce and host one of Dorado Films' first live stream. Chilean filmmaker and Bay Area resident Andrés Gallegos collaborated with Dorado Films in this presentation of his acclaimed short documentary film. Andrés Gallegos will be joined by activist Guy Hircefeld for a live conversation, so please join us in this engaging Q&A between filmmaker and activist. Dorado Films is a specialized filmmaking collective that works across the US and around the world to craft compelling documentaries and shorts. Our team of accomplished filmmakers specialize in finding humanity and beauty amidst the noise and conflict that mark today's media landscape. Founded by Daniel Leonard Bernardi, a professor of cinema at San Francisco State University, Dorado Films is committed to telling stories that look to transform how audiences see and understand their world. We are home to an extraordinary catalog that includes features and short films. You can find us on platforms such as Canopy, Alexander Street, Amazon Prime Video, and Journeyman. Dorado Films would like to thank the support of producer Molly Stewart, whose feature documentary film, Objector, has been celebrated worldwide. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platforms to watch our films and be notified of our next live stream event. We're excited to be reaching a broad and diverse audience. I am honored to present the live online premiere of Guy Hircefeld, a guy with a camera. Please join us after the screening.
Let's remember, we're talking about 1987. It was different situation. Israel was different. Everything was different. Like it was part of the way I was sure that I'm going to the army and trying to do my best. I was serving like 3 years. It was really gentle if you think about it today. But even then, to see my colleagues in the unit doing things they shouldn't do, it was art for me. When I was something like 7 months in the army, 8 months, this first Intifada started. And then it was the first time I really saw and felt the occupation. It's a shock for me to see these pictures. Yeah, it's like really weird because today what I'm doing, what I believe, what I'm struggling for is to help this person, to make the environment okay for him to go out with the sheep. Yeah, back then I was probably denying to go out and yeah, I've done few mistakes in my life. This is one of them. Yeah. We are going to meet the shepherds, then we are going to climb up to the mountains where there are youth, Jewish youth, very, very violent, that attacking them all the time, and he attacked us once. We just escort them, and usually when we are escort Israeli, much more quiet.
לא, מה אתה אומר? לא שומע.
For days like this, we need this one. We also have regular cameras. What we do with the camera is just to show the truth, to show what's going on there, and to reveal the truth. That's it. Very simple. We understand that documenting is, first of all, it's help us to protect ourselves. A lot of time, like when we're getting arrested, the police, the army say, he done something like this and this and this. We said, we have the movie, you can see that I haven't done it. There was one situation that the soldiers almost pulled the weapon, and then I told him, you are crazy or what?
אתה מאיים עליי בנשק? תגיד לי, אתה דפוק? תוריד את היד! 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 בן אדם! תוריד את היד!
And then he arrested me because he says I was attacking him. And I told his commander, everything is documented. And in the police station, they saw the movie. In the end, they throw him out from the police station. Today, I'm suing the army about another arrest without any reason. So any way that we document, it's help us to protect ourselves, to protect the Palestinians, and after it, to take it out. Because the Israeli don't care. They don't feel the occupation. I have no will to talk to the Israeli because they brainwashed. There was a really weird situation that a bunch of Israeli soldiers standing and an old Palestinian man standing with a watermelon. They don't let him go. They think it's like a bomb inside or something. But they don't know what to do. I talk to them and say, okay, what are you going to do now? And you see his face, like, I don't know what to do. This clip was really embarrassing the army.
אבטיח, חיילים. חיילים, אבטיח. לא רואים, לא שומעים, לא מדברים.
I all the time telling them, I'm just documenting. I don't create it. This is the situation. I document it. The ridiculous is you. The shepherd says that they're coming, a lot of them there, something like 20. And we can't let it happen because soon they will attack the shepherd. Yeah, so we shall go to check what's going on. We have a famous film that 17 settlers were attacking us. And you can see in the film, we are standing in a line, they running to us, throw stones with sticks.
תפסיקו! 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 לקלל בתורה! תפסיקו לקלל בתורה! הביתה גם לך! לקלל בתורה! עוף מפה! עוף! תפסיקו לקלל בתורה! לך מפה!
אל תתקוף אותי! אל תתקוף אותי! אל תתקוף אותי!
הביתה אני אומר לך, בן זונה, לך! לך מפה, לך! לך בסוף, לך! לקלל בתורה! תשלם על זה, אל תדאג! תפתח את הפנים! מה שמי שיחזור לך יחזור לבית חולים! תראה גם לשער! לקלל בתורה! כולם הלך! בוא נפל לקלל בתורה!
אריק!
We don't use violence, but we are not running away. It's an area full of water, a lot of springs, but Israel dried them all. You can see that there is food here, and down there, nothing. It's not that we're coming just to make a provocation, because this is what they're trying to say. Basically, what Israel trying to do in the southeast of Hebron and in the north of the Jordan Valley, it's ethnic cleansing, to clean the land from the Palestinians, make them miserable enough to live.
صباح الخير.
هلا تمنور، كيف عليك؟
الحمد لله. اهلا اهلا كيف حالك؟ الحمد لله. صباح الخير.
اهلا شو اخبارك؟ انت مبسوط؟
اهلا. صباح النور. صباح النور. كيف حالك؟
And I all the time remember that activists against the apartheid in South Africa, they were sitting 3 months before the end of the apartheid, and they said that during their lifetime, they are not going to see the end. And 3 months after, it's collapsed.
أنا لو اشتي.
And today with the camera, with the net, everything is going out in seconds. This will help to finish it. I will be happy more people will get involved in activism and to use this weapon, the camera, just to document the crimes. That's it. I don't know if in 1-2 years it will be legal to do what I do. But until it will be legal, we will do it, and then I will find a new ways. My name is Guy Hircefeld, 49 years old, from Jerusalem. I'm in the occupied territories as an activist with the local community.
I now welcome filmmaker Andrés Gallegos and activist Guy Hircefeld. Please submit your questions in the chat.
So we're live now. I guess we're live. Great. Hey, Guy, could you can you hear me, Guy? Can you unmute your? There we go.
Yeah. I can hear
All
you, and
right. Thank you, Diana, for introducing the film, and thank you to Dorado Films for allowing us to be here, screening the film, open to the public, and having this opportunity to be streaming this live for everyone. Before we go to the Q&A, I just want to say again and again, I just want to thank Guy for what he's doing as an activist camera person. Every time I see this film, it for me as a filmmaker is a very powerful experience in terms of I feel very emotionally affected by the amount of work he's doing for the Palestinian communities, and the fact that he's using the camera as his main tool, it's just amazing. And I just want to say thank you to start with, and please, everyone, here is Guy Hircefeld.
Good evening from Jerusalem, and first I want to thank you to take it out. So this is again one of my main targets, is to take the things out and let the people, let the world to see what's going on here. I have to smoke because otherwise I have to be on with the mask, because this is the law now in Israel.
There's technical thing here. Just a second. Audio. Audio issue. Just let's see what we can do here.
I can hear you very good.
Okay. Let me do something. Yes. All right. Okay, I think we managed to go around the technical issue. Okay, so we have a question, and the first question is, how did I met Guy, right? And so we were in. I went to Israel to shoot a feature-length documentary with director Molly Stewart. This documentary is called Objector, and it's about the story of Atalia Benava, who is a teenager who at that time, she refuses to go to the military service, which is something mandatory for Israelis. So because of that decision, she gets military prison. So it was documenting all of her journey through that process. And I was working as a cinematographer for that feature film. And during that process, I met Guy in one of the activist groups activities. And, that was my first interaction. He was with his camera documenting military activity around that gathering. And I was introduced to him, and then I was able to look at his work online, and I was amazed by what he was doing. Like, he has basically a whole library of, not the whole duration of the conflict, but a good amount of years of the Middle East conflict, especially right there in the Jordan Valley. And most of it is available online. And I was just amazed by what he was capturing, not only by the brutality of the images, right? Because some of them are, as you already saw in the film, are quite shocking. But I saw the integrity and the commitment that he had, or he has, for the Palestinian communities. And I was just amazed by that. And that's how we decided to make this short film. So and I can, so we have another question. Okay, yeah. So this is, if we were together when we were confronting the military in the Jordan Valley, So we went a couple of times to the Jordan Valley. I went to film Guy, but in those moments we didn't have any confrontation. But Guy can talk more about those confrontations because he's going to the Jordan Valley in like almost like a weekly basis. If Guy, can you talk about those experiences over there?
I will try. Yeah. First of all, it's not easy for me as Israeli to see it. But basically, I feel it's in my name also. And as activists for human rights of the Palestinians, basically we just, like you saw in the movie, we are escorting the shepherds, like it's the lowest part of the society of the Palestinians. And still the Israeli army, the Israeli government is doing everything to prevent from them to do it. They want the land. And again, once again, first of all, I want to say that now I'm part of another struggle for the Israeli democracy that is disappearing here. And because of that, I'm a little bit more polite. But during these years, now I took a break. I will go back after it. We had a lot of incidents with the army and with the settlers. And for me, the soldiers over there is a kind of armed militia of the settlers. And I'm talking and I'm conflicting with the settlers in outposts. Outpost is illegal settlements even by the Israeli law. And they are very, very violent, and they are using the army to protect them and to do the work sometimes for them. So we all the time have conflict with the army or with the settlers. And it's, these days it's just going worse and worse because of our government. And yeah, there is a lot of footage of violence that we suffer, and we need to stand in front of to protect the Palestinians. Back to you, Andrés.
There we go. So we're still with the sound issue, but no worries. I can read the questions here. So we have a question for Guy. It is, what do you do to refresh your energy and spirit when you become depleted?
I don't have. Usually I done it 24/7, like I'm doing it here. It's very exhausting and everything, but I'm ashamed to say that we are not enough Israelis. I'm working with Ta'ayosh and Torat Tzedek, two organizations of human rights, but we are really not a lot of people. So when you are inside it, it's 24/7, and if you are not on the field, you get the phone calls back at home, and you need to try to resolve it from back home. So it's 24/7, and I hope that after this struggle that I'm into now, I will take a break and will take care of myself. But for now, this is my life, and there is no break in it. Sad to say, but this is the situation for me.
All right. So next question for Guy. Have there been any changes in the situations and methods after this film?
What? Once again, please. What was the question?
Oh yeah, I can say it again. So have there been any changes in the current situation and methods after the film, meaning towards filming military, Israeli military?
like you said in the end, in the titles, they try to pass a law that will prevent us from documenting soldiers. Until now, they didn't succeed to pass it, so basically it's the same. But all the activity, all the activists we suffer much more from the police. It's not has to be brutality from the army, the police, and it's not just brutality physical. For now, with the corona, we can't really go there and deal with the Palestinians. They're trying to make it harder all the time with, false, just to blame us with all kind of things and try to stop us from doing our job. With the documentary, it's the same, but it's much more dangerous for us to do it. But we still do it.
Good. And we have another question for Guy. Could you say more about your tactics? Your tactics have changed since the democracy protest in Israel.
Like I said, now I left in the occupied territories and I'm much more in the struggle for democracy. Just now, what we're doing live, I'm doing from Balfour Street. So for now, it's different. The struggle here and the struggle there is different. But I all the time saying that the methods that Israel used and still using in the occupied territories, now they bring it into Israel. It's all kind of things that it wasn't inside Israel, I don't know, all kind of things that wasn't, it doesn't pop up in my mind now, but you can check out later things that they used only on the occupied territories. Now they used against activists in Israel. In some kind, it's nice in because now the Israelis feel much better what's going on in Palestine, in occupied Palestine, because they feel it on themselves. And hopefully we shall succeed here, and I'm sure that it will affect also on what's going on in Palestine. So first we shall finish the struggle here, and then we shall go back there, and hopefully it will be better for all of us in this small piece of land.
Got it. So there's another question for me. It's, are you planning to come to Chile to film a project about the social uprising? Yeah, that's a great question. So I went last year to shoot a short film. I mean, being here in the Bay Area, Northern California in the United States, and experiencing the social uprising in Chile from far away was very stressful. I was intending to create a piece, but being so distant from Chile at that time was very challenging to create like an idea to document what to document. But I team up with another Chilean filmmaker, Ivan Iturriaga, who is a Bay Area resident here, and we went to Chile to create a short film that was contextualized in the social uprising in Chile. And it is a fiction piece because not being directly in Chile at that time, we thought, okay, probably we are not in a good position to create a documentary piece, right? So we went with this creative approach to have a narrative piece, and we went and shoot it. We still have like 15 to 20% to shoot, And we haven't been able to go to Chile again to shoot because of the pandemic, right? But we are planning to shoot, as soon as possible. And yeah, but definitely the social uprising in Chile was, for a creative person, it is an opportunity to use your creative tools in order to align with what's going on with your community, in this case, Chilean society. So yeah, we definitely went there and we started a project. So there is another question for Guy. What do you expect viewers and people from outside Israel to do if they want to help and protect the human rights in Israel and Palestine?
Okay, it's separate. I think and I hope that inside Israel we have to do it by ourselves, and I hope we shall do it. What's going on now in the street is very nice for the Israeli people, because we are closer now. And about the occupation and the Palestinians, like I said in the film, I expect the international community to put kind of pressure on Israel and to enforce her to go back to I believe in the two-state solution. I don't believe it will come out from the Israeli people, and I see the model of South Africa, that the outside pressure done the work. So I think this is the only way that Israel will do something. I really hope something will change in November in the States, and things will change in the Middle East, and to go back to the two-state solution process. But just to take things out, and to take it out, that the world will see what's going on in the occupied territory. We're trying to do it here, and I hope that people will do it also outside, about the occupied territory.
So next question for Guy. So more Jewish Israelis are waking up to the daily nightmare of occupation due to the brutal nature of the crackdown on the democracy protest. What more can we do to activate Jewish Israelis?
Sorry, but I will ask you to ask it again.
Okay, yeah. So many Jewish Israelis are waking up to the daily nightmare of the occupation, right? Due to the brutal nature of the crackdown on democracy protest. What more can we do to activate Jewish Israelis?
I don't know what will wake them up. I don't know. And what I think I have to keep it to myself for now. But for the Jewish, especially in the States, that support Israel blindly. Okay, it's changing now. It's changing because the Israeli government also going against them. I don't know if the viewers understand, but most of the Jewish in the States are not Orthodox. And the Orthodox are controlling inside Israel, and they kind of prevent from other kind of Judaism, the Reformic, the conservative. They rise inside. Until now, it's they just keep supporting Israel. It's changing in the last few years, but especially in the last year. So to wake up and see what's going on here, because everyone with eyes open supposed to see what's going inside Israel and again in the occupied territory. and not to blindly support Israel without any question. Because we are not really behaving nice and very, very polite.
Okay, Guy, we're trying to fix this technical thing. We're gonna ask you if you can rejoin the meeting because there is an audio issue that I cannot hear anything.
I think I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, I cannot.
You can hear me?
Yeah, so let's try to rejoin the meeting.
You can hear me now? You want me to rejoin?
Yeah, like leave
Okay.
this the Zoom meeting and rejoin. So hopefully now I can hear you. Fingers crossed. Okay.
You can hear me now? You can hear me now?
I still cannot hear you.
You still can't hear me?
No, but it's like a 20-second delay. No worries. Okay.
No. You can hear me now? You can hear me now? Still can't hear me?
You had
I
more
will try
questions,
to do it again.
Diana? Oh. Yeah, let's wait for Guy to connect.
You can hear me now? Andre,
We
can
have
you
a
hear
question
me
for
now?
Guy. Here we go.
And the sound is okay?
Tell us more about where you at right now and why, and whether this can help the struggle for Palestinian freedom.
Okay, now I'm in near the nearest place we can reach to our prime minister, our corrupted prime minister. It's called Balfour Street, and there is in the last 4 months there is demonstration and 24/7 compound here against him, and we are asking that we are saying that we don't want a corrupted prime minister. And once again, you can see now what's going on here. And it's the last few days that we allowed to demonstrate like this, because our government is really trying to pass a law just yesterday that will prevent us from demonstrate. We shall be allowed to demonstrate just between 200 meters to 1,000 meters from our house. There is not going to be any big demonstration. So this is basically what I do now. And if we shall lose this struggle, it will make Israel... I don't see Israel as a democracy because of the occupation. But inside Israel, it's kind of democracy, and if it will succeed, the democracy will end. And if it will happen, it will affect immediately on the Palestinians, because we have, for me, it's a right-wing fascist government. And if we shall win, and we shall win this struggle, hopefully it will make our life here better and also the Palestinians' life better.
Got it. So I think we found a solution. We found a solution here, kind of. But yeah, the next question is, tell us about the festival round of the film. Well, this film, because there are some controversial elements, it took a while to get accepted into festivals. But luckily enough, we were able to screen the film in festivals like Human Rights Film Festivals and San Francisco Documentary Film Festival. And the success that this film had was at the San Francisco Jewish Film Festival, where it got the award for Best Short Film. And I was amazed by such a strong statement from the Jewish Film Festival to give the award to this film, because what the film is telling, this story that we're telling here, and they were grateful enough to give us the award. And for me, I felt it like as a strong statement from them as the San Francisco Jewish community to support the Palestinian community. So yeah, and then of course that's an Academy Award qualifier film festival. So then we went to the Academy application and we tried to get there, but I mean, that's a hard competition. So we didn't get any nomination, but still fine. I mean, we were able to show the film and discuss about it with the Jewish community, and that was quite incredible. And do you think you inspired viewers to Guy's work? I mean, I would say this film, what we tried to do with my editor and Molly, the producer, and Arash, the editor, we were basically telling Guy's story and showing his work, showing what he's doing over there. And it's also one of the missions of this film is to inspire not only filmmakers to take their cameras, their tools, and tell this kind of story, like to show when communities are being oppressed, and it's also like a call to action to whoever owns a camera, basically, and as Guy says, to show the truth, just to document the crimes. So yeah, it's like a call to action. At least I see it that way. So, Diana, do we have another question? Oh, yeah, I would like to ask a Guy a question, even though I cannot hear him back, but I can go and check out the stream later, so no worries about that. Okay, one question for Guy. Guy, in terms of what's happening right now in that protest, what you are fighting for in that protest could affect your work, what you do with your camera?
Basically, here there is, today here everybody with a camera and everything is live. They're using it also, and also here we're using the camera and we're using the live to protect ourselves, because the rules now with the corona is very bad. They all the time give us fines about the mask, about that we didn't keep 2 meters from each other, and they're using it to take it down. So everything we're trying, every conflict with the policemen, we going on live, and it's a little bit affecting their behavior, exactly like in the occupied territory. There is no brutality, it's less, because we have brutality also here in the protest, but it's not like in the occupied territories. But here we are using a lot with the camera, because as Israelis, they can't prevent us from using the camera. And this is one thing that the Palestinians are afraid to use the camera. When they are by themselves, if they will use the camera, the policeman or settler or the army will take it and they can delete the film or they can break the phone. But we are using the same methods. They're using the same methods and we're using the same methods against it.
Okay. And this is the last question for Guy is, do you think the protest and the strong mobilization inside Israeli could change the Israeli mentality?
Hopefully, because yesterday I was talking with one of the activists here about Serbia, and I spoke with you earlier, and the Israeli people never resist. Like we are 72, 73 years, and for me we are like slaves. We don't have the mentality of resistance. And hopefully, if we shall win, and again we shall win, we shall start to protect and to know how to take care of ourselves. 4 months ago, there was only a few hundred people in the street. Before the close down, there was something like 40,000 people, and for the Israeli people, it's a lot. So maybe we shall grow up from this situation, and we shall go out from it much stronger, and we shall know how to protect our rights. This is what I hope. It looks like in this direction, and hopefully it will happen soon.
All right, Guy. We're gonna wrap this live stream. So I just wanna thank Guy for taking the time to be with us today, and thank you all for connecting, and thank you to Dorado Films for allowing us their platform and supporting this live stream. Guy, would you like to say something?
Yeah, thank you, first of all. Thank you for doing the film. Thank you for taking it out. Personally, I told you I really like it. I like the way you work. And for the audience, I just asked what I asked in the film. Take it out. Let the world see what's going on in occupied Palestine. And I will go now to demonstrate, go back to demonstrate. Okay.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, and goodbye from West Jerusalem.